Hello, everyone, and welcome to NextGenInfra.io. In June 2025, Orange Business, partnering with Toshiba Europe, introduced Orange Quantum Defender, marking France's first commercial quantum-safe network service, which is now available in the Greater Paris region. This offering merges hardware-based QKD, quantum key distribution, with software-based post-quantum cryptography, PDC, to deliver a multi-layered defense against looming threats. So it is my pleasure today to be welcoming Benjamin Vigouroux, who's Vice President of Digital Infrastructure at Orange Business. Welcome, Benjamin.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for having me.
So first, tell us about this service. What exactly is it? Is the description that I gave accurate?
Yeah. That's it. Orange Quantum Defender, that's the name of the Quantum Safe portfolio that we announced back in June at Vivatech. We were very excited to announce this. And as I said, it is a portfolio made of 3 layers. And by combining those 3 layers, we believe that our customers will be quantum safe and that they will ensure their business continuity. And you may think that there is nothing new here with business continuity, and you would be right. I mean, it's one of our promise for many years at Orange Business, but we are going to keep that promise in the quantum era.
I see. So I know you've emphasized that not all data needs this level of quantum grade protection immediately, but how should enterprises be thinking about their data sets or their systems? Which ones need to be secured first? Security is in the news every day. Of course, we see attacks everywhere. So what is your advice?
Yeah, that's a fair point. There are very specific verticals that are targeted first by hackers, especially the banking industry, healthcare sector, or the public sector as well. But at some point, every enterprise should become quantum safe. And I mentioned this earlier. Quantum safe, it means being protected against any quantum computing threat. Because when quantum computers are going to be ready at scale, they will be able to break the current public key encryption mechanism. And our whole digital society has been relying for the last 30 or 40 years on those encryption mechanisms. So enterprises, they cannot afford to let it go and wait. Otherwise, they will put at risk their critical asset and their critical data. So think about, for instance, your personal data, financial one, or any secret that a company don't want to share. And you mentioned as well the Storna and decrypt later attacks, and I know you mentioned this in other interviews as well. It's one more reason for enterprises to move super fast because they are already targeted. And if we take a step back, at Orange, we believe that hundreds of logical qubits, or maybe close to 1,000 logical qubits, are needed for a quantum computer to be able to break those public key encryption mechanism. And it's not the only metric. It's as well about the error ratio and the speed.
Yeah.
But the key point is that right now, we don't know where we stand. I mean, there is a lot of noise, a lot of announcements. It's pretty similar to what is happening with generative AI, different technologies, a lot of players. And it's pretty hard to differentiate the noise from the truth and what is very valuable for our businesses right now. But what we know for sure is the fact that quantum computing is moving super fast. At some point, it will be ready at scale, and enterprises should start protecting themselves right now.
Yeah, that's certainly true. It seems everything in networking and computing and AI is moving so fast these days that we don't know what's coming next. But I believe you've announced a major financial firm in Paris using this service now. Could you just explain a little bit about how is it going between their major facilities and a data center?
Yeah, exactly. So you are referring to the layer 3 of Orange Quantum Defender. So we already have customers here. So the step 1 has already been done. We built this infrastructure in the Grand Paris area. We already have customers, and here we are connecting our customer to this highly secure infrastructure with point-to-point connectivity. And we are doing this by combining both technologies, PQC and QKD. We are doubling the level of protection to protect the most critical application and communications of our customers. And then as step 2, sure, please go ahead.
No, it's just going to ask you this step 2, how to scale it across France.
Exactly. It's about scaling across the French territory and in Europe. So France is definitely the step 2. So when customers are going to ask for us to build this in other major cities in France, such as Lyon, Marseille, or Toulouse, we will build this, and then we'll interconnect those regions across the French territory. And then step 3 will be Europe. So we will scale across Europe by interconnecting the different network of the telco across Europe through satellites. So it is a project that is led by European Commission. So it is not led directly by Orange. We are part of this larger program. And we think that step 3 should be ready on the midterm, something between 2028 and 2030.
Okay. Just to clarify that vision with the satellite, that's for the key distribution.
Exactly. Satellites will enable us to interconnect the different rings that are built by Orange, but as well by our partners and competitors across Europe. And the satellites will make the connection between those fixed networks. Exactly. It's about sharing keys with unbreakable security mechanism because it is secure by the laws of physics this time, not only by mathematical problems.
Right. Another technical question for you, Benjamin, and that it's about the hybrid QKD plus PDC approach. Why this hybrid approach?
Yeah, we decided to combine both technologies. So QKD, which is relying on the quantum mechanics principle, and PQC, which is relying on mathematics. And by doing this, we double the level of protection, and we have done this and done the choice because we believe that to protect the most critical application of our customers, it is needed. It is mandatory because we think that for such critical application, we cannot rely only on mathematical problems. Because 4 algorithms have been validated by the NIST, the institute in charge of standardization, back in August in 2024. But maybe we will hear that in the coming months or years, 1 or 2 of those 4 algorithms are going to be broken. And maybe in the meantime, more algorithms are going to be developed. So that's why we said, let's combine both technologies to secure those applications. But for most of the workload of our customers, PQC will be good enough. And that's why we build the layer 2 of Orange Quantum Defender. So it's called Quantum Safe as a Service. And here we are delivering a post-quantum solution on top of our platform. So there are 3 benefits. Please go ahead.
No, go ahead. Please tell us.
Yeah. And there are 3 benefits with this offer, with this layer 2 services part of Orange Quantum Defender. The first one is zero architecture change for customers. The second one is a seamless integration with their current cybersecurity stack, such as SD-WAN or zero trust services. And the third one is we provide a protected bubble, a protected environment, especially for the application that cannot be migrated into the public cloud soon. Because let's always keep in mind that most of the workload, at least more than half of the workload, are still running on-prem right now worldwide. So that's why we build Quantum Safe as a service.
Okay. So it seems the landscape is changing very rapidly, as you've mentioned. So this prescription or this recommendation, these services to your clients must be evolving very quickly as well. So there's a need for them to be ready to adapt, agility, right? So how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we refer to by saying enterprises should become crypto agile. So crypto agile in a nutshell, it's about being always up to date against any new threat. And it refers to the ability of enterprises to change algorithm swiftly in a seamless way within their infrastructure. Because as I said before, some algorithms are going to be broken, new algorithms are going to be developed. And the whole industry have been relying on the same algorithm for the last 30 years. So it's a real paradigm shift for enterprises that cannot rely on those monolithic algorithms anymore. They need to have the ability to change swiftly. And it's called being a crypto agile. And that's why we launched our layer 1 services, part of Orange Quantum Defender. So it's called Quantum Safe Migration. So here we are delivering professional services within Orange Cyber Defense to help enterprise become crypto agile and migrate to post-quantum solution, to PQC solution. And we have 3,000 experts within Orange Cyber Defense to help enterprises become crypto agile. So we built a four-step mechanism to help them. So it starts with training, assessment, scanning of all the infrastructure up to the migration in itself. But when we talk to customers, it's obvious that that migration will not be easy and it will not be quick. I mean, we were talking with one of our largest customers, very mature, and they did scan their infrastructure and they identified 20,000 applications. And within those applications, 6,000 are seen as critical and should be migrated first. So it will be quite a complex and long journey for enterprises to get there.
I see. Finally, Benjamin, I'd like to ask you about alignment with standards and interoperability with other players. So you've already mentioned NIST and the advice on the PDC, and you've also mentioned some work with the European Union. You know, what else is Orange doing to participate in the larger community or guide the larger community towards standards and interoperability?
Yeah, the calendar and the regulators already shared their guidance and some milestones in the US and as well in the UK and in Europe. And we believe that our customers, Orange customers, will be compliant and they will meet all those deadlines. So for instance, they will meet the 2026 milestones. It's about preparing and starting your PQC migration thanks to our layer 1 services. Then it's about meeting the most important milestone, 2030, migrating your most critical applications so that they are PQC ready. And with our layer 2 and layer 3 services in Orange Quantum Defender, we are going to help enterprises meet all those deadlines and be compliant.
Excellent. Well, please keep us updated on those developments. Benjamin, thank you very much for your time today. It's fascinating work that you guys are doing.
Thank you so much, Jim.
All right.